Welcome. You're listening to Sisters with Purpose podcast.
Welcome back to Sisters with Purpose, where real conversations lead to real growth. I'm Tamika.
And I'm Kimberly.
And we are excited to have you back for episode 4. So we gave you all a little bit of time to catch up on episodes 1 through 3. We hope you all had the chance to do that. We hope you enjoyed our recap. And so I'm going to pass it over to my sister Kimberly to tell us what the quote is for today.
Going to be aligned with what we're going to talk about today. And it just says, your actions become your habits and your habits become your destiny. And that's by Charles C. Noble. Yeah.
It's very true.
Yeah.
So y'all
good or bad.
Yep.
Right?
Y'all got a hint about what we're going to talk about today.
That's right.
So,
okay.
Coffee cup conversation. Ding.
All right. So, first things first, let's just be transparent, okay? This is the second time we've recorded this video.
Oh my God.
Listen, we are not professionals yet. Okay, in this podcast and this audio recording, and some things just didn't align when we recorded. So this is a repeat. You guys didn't see the first one because it did not record. But that's all right. We're here. This is a platform, again, where we're transparent. Okay, we're vulnerable, and we tell our truths. So, yeah, we're doing this over again.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's like, sometimes it don't work out the first time, and you got to do it again.
And you got to do it
again. Again. But dear Heavenly Father, please let this be recording.
So, we did the recap for episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
And over that time was Easter Sunday, right?
It was.
Yeah, Easter Sunday. So for those who acknowledge and celebrate Easter Sunday, Sunday Resurrection, we hope you all had a wonderful time with family. Typically, families get together, eat dinner, and things like that. Where we live, the weather wasn't as good,
not
but
on Easter Sunday.
Yeah, but it was still an enjoyable day of service and things like that. So we hope you all enjoyed. What have we been doing? What have we been up to the past week? We did a quick road trip.
We did a sister and mother road trip.
Yes, we did.
But we've been working. Oh, we've been working. That's what I feel like. I feel
For
like
real. It's not the wag. It ain't that.
We've been working.
And I got my overalls on today. This was not planned.
Hey, first of all, the hair. She looked new from the last couple of episodes.
I got new hair, y'all, right? Yeah.
She looked new. She looked nice. But we've been working, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to catch up. I got sleep, but you know how your mind, sometimes when you wake up after, y'all know I'm good on my slow morning. So I had a slow morning, but then right into, you know what I really like? I like the fact that you can schedule text messages and emails. Like, you could always schedule emails. So I always schedule my emails. But ever since they came out with scheduling text messages,
you have to show me that. Is it just for iOS users or Android users?
I think it can go to any. Well, I think it is between iOS users. I'm not sure if you can schedule one for anybody that's like on a. He's still sleeping. My texts be going out because I scheduled them the night before.
Oh, honey,
so
you got to show me that.
So I did. This weekend, since Easter weekend, I've been working for the family.
Yeah. Do you have anybody you want to put on the spotlight today?
You know what? Today, I think I want to highlight our mom.
Oh.
And the reason I want to highlight our mom, she's such a silent, quiet force. She gets in where she fits in. So mom is retired. Mom has been retired now, probably going on about 13 years.
Yeah.
And she got the life that we trying to live. Like, just easy. She's a passenger princess. She don't really drive nowhere unless she wants to drive herself somewhere.
True.
But since we've started the family business, mom just really gets in where she's needed. So she'll really get up. She'll help our oldest sister, her oldest daughter. She'll help her do things. She'll ask me what I need done at the house. She'll ask Kim what she needs. Like, she's just always available. Like,
girl.
Yeah, she avails herself to
She does.
Whenever she needs to. So the reason for our road trip was we wanted to take her down there to see her sister, who she talks to just about every day, and actually brought her back with us. So she has some company with her. So that's who I want to spotlight. I think I want to spotlight Mom, because Mom
she's just that girl, really, y'all. Is. I mean, really in our community too. You know, they love Mom Brenda, Miss Brenda, or they just say Mom. And she's just like the adopted mom in our community, in our church.
Yeah.
You know, people
and we don't mind sharing her.
People just love her. But don't come for her.
No, we're not doing that. But people love her. And you know, they never really have a reason to come for her because she's like quiet. Sometimes people may say things.
You know, anyone who loves their parents or whatever,
they're not going for that.
They're not going for that. You know, you always looking out. So yeah, that was a nice spotlight. Mom. We'll share more about Mom. There's funny stories. She is hilarious. Okay. She is. She's spoiled. She's set in her ways, you know, with some things, but she always cares for, you know, her children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, even her great-grandchildren love seeing her. She's just that present, you know, example and mother figure.
She's that matriarch.
She's that matriarch, and we just love her. Yes, so yes,
she the big mama without the big.
Right.
Okay. Our topic for today is daily habits that changed my life.
That's good.
Now y'all heard the quote.
That's right.
About habits.
That's right.
And so the topic is daily habits that changed my life. And the key word is daily and changed. So
going back to the quote, basically, you know, your actions determine your habit, right? And so whatever you do repeatedly, it becomes a habit.
Right.
And it impacts your life, good, bad, or indifferent, right? So when people talk about habits, they're either good habits or bad habits that they want to break. Right. And I think with anything, with habits, it becomes a cycle. It becomes a pattern, but it's something that you do intentionally for it to become a habit. Right. Let's just take, for examples, you know, the first thing people talk about when you want to break a bad habit is, say you want to quit smoking or stop smoking, right? They say you really can't go cold turkey because there's you know, nicotine, which is in cigarettes, which is very addictive, right? So you have to go through that process. You have to go through that process. And sometimes it can be challenging in our lifestyle that, again, has not only become a habit, but it has become a lifestyle, and that habit leads to our destiny in a good way. I would probably say for me, I never really had bad habits. You know, I don't smoke. I don't drink. I really try to care for the things that I take in to my body. But, you know, maybe some eating habits. Like over the years, I've had to change my eating habits because, you know, our roots come from the South. Right. Okay. And from the South, like nitty gritty South, chitterlings, right? Like chitlins, like, you know, that I just found over years, because I used to eat them when I was little. You probably not, because you was, you know, we was in the suburbs by then.
No, I ain't eating that.
But, you know, we grew up on eating, you know, chitlins and just a lot of pork and a lot of beef, you know, that meat that just sits in your stomach, right? And it doesn't digest, it doesn't break down. So as I got older, I started to remove those things from my diet.
Now, did something happen, or you just wanted to do that?
It was, well, for beef, I decided, the first thing that I decided to cut out was beef. And the reason why, I didn't eat a lot of beef, but when I would eat maybe like a hamburger, and it would be lean ground beef.
Right.
But it just felt like I couldn't digest it. I wasn't like constipated, but you know how you just have that feeling where
a fullness, but you've eaten a long time ago.
I just didn't feel comfortable. And so I kind of started doing some investigating and researching. And I'm like, let me take beef out of my diet.
Right.
And I realized like my digestive system was just more fluent. Right. And so those are, for me, that was a habit that, of eating beef that I decided, you know what, I'm just going to refrain from this.
Right. Okay.
And my body felt better.
Yep.
And then pork as well, because it's high in salt, content. And so just over time, I realized that those things weren't good for me.
Okay.
Just started.
And how long has it been now?
Oh my God. It's been, I know, close to 15.
Okay.
Like 15 years. I mean, and you as well, right? I mean.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
it's been about 15 years.
I think for me, the reason why I stopped eating beef, just like you, would have a hard time using the bathroom after. And I remember going to my allergist, my doctor, and I explained it to him, and they did like the allergy test, and he kind of told me some of the stuff I was allergic to. And while I wasn't allergic to beef, he did explain that it does take a long time to digest, especially if you're not eating it with a green. And I would always eat it with a potato, eat steak with potato or French fries, or even a hamburger. And so that was that. But with pork, the reason I stopped eating pork, I would get headaches all the time, consistently after eating certain things. And so I remember my allergist said, start keeping a food diary. And I started tracking when I ate like bacon for breakfast, if I got a headache. And so that, while I liked it at the time, I had to stop eating because who wants to suffer with a headache every single day? Like I would get headaches all the time. Even with, wearing glasses, I realized that was another contributor to headaches. But beef, the high in sodium was one of them. So that's why I kind of stopped eating it.
Yeah. Like, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all.
I be missing my steaks, though.
It's good. The taste, the flavor is good. But again, you have to think about how that impacts you long term. Because it is true. You are what you eat.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And if you continue to eat, those things that are detriment to your body, high in salt content, high in sugar, white sugar, cooking with white sugar, just all of those things. As I got older, I started to really analyze, how that was going to impact me. So that's a bad habit that I had to break. And I'm not going to lie. It took a while for me
to get used to it.
And not to crave those things. Because as soon as you stop, like your mind, I mean, it plays tricks on you, right? And as soon as you say you're not going to do something, the temptation is like right in front of you, right? And so I would encourage you to be intentional about that. And so that's one bad habit that I broke over time. And it's been over 15 years since I've eaten beef or pork.
I'm going to say a habit that I picked up probably when I was in, I don't know, maybe undergrad, was becoming financially savvy. I really started, while I wasn't making a whole bunch of money back in college, I really started putting money aside. So I have a good habit of putting money aside and not touching it. Like it just disappears, right? And so I have a habit of, if I get like $40 or $50, even if it's just like cash just in hand, I'll put it aside for something. Like I have a financial habit of just setting money aside and not being able to use it because, me, when I see something, she always be like, how much you pay for that? And I'll pay for it. Like, if I like something or I want something, I'm going to spend the money for it. But I don't do impulse buys. So if I see something that I like and it's a little bit out of like, I'm like, oh, do I really want to pay for that? I won't buy it. I'll put it on, it's called the watch list. And it's called the watch list. Some stores have like watch lists where you can see when the price go down and when that price go down to something that I want to pay for. If I really want it, I'll get it. But I have made a habit of just, not being financial savvy, just like, putting my money in a savings account. So much so that I've even started, like a savings account for my great nieces and nephews. It's like 7 of them, and I call them the P's. And so I said, when they graduate, I don't be putting a whole bunch in there, like $5, $10, $20, whatever, I want to transfer over. But my goal for that is when they graduate high school, that'll be their gift. Like, I'll divide it down by the 7 and give them that portion. But good. I think that just being able to, like, I actually like watching my money grow. Some people, when they see their money hit a certain amount, then they want to go impulse and go buy something. For me, it's a habit. Like, I literally have a habit of putting money away and just watching it grow. And I think that's something that has kind of helped me kind of like establish some of the things that I've established. Like, I bought my first house at the age of 30. Okay. And that was because, and I'm well into my 40s now, but I think that was because at the age of 30, I was a bad habit. I was getting coffee every single day. Now, I'm not an avid coffee drinker. And when I sat back,
you were.
No, I would just get it. Girl, my cup would still be full at the end of the day. Like, I don't know, I just thought it was cool to walk around with a cup of coffee. I was like, man, girl, you spend it. So when it got time to buy a house, I never forget sitting down with a realtor, and he was like, okay, we got to track your spending. And I was like, why? He was like, you're trying to buy a house. Too much. We need to see what you're spending your money on. When he showed me what I was spending my money on, it was eating out. I was single. I didn't have no kids. I ain't want to cook. I'm eating here. I'm eating there. I'm getting coffee this morning. I'm getting coffee that morning. He said, you are spending entirely too much money eating out and buying coffee. He said, so we got to cut that. Another one of my habits was getting my nails done. Baby, I kept them nails done. Now I do them myself. We're going to have to do an episode on doing things myself.
I do mine too.
But I had to cut out those habits of things that I can do. And because I was able to stop eating out, stop getting my nails done, those habits that I was just used to doing allowed me, when I cut them out, allowed me to save money substantially to buy my first house built from the ground up without any help from like any family member or anything. Like, I really was able to cut out the habits of just spending, just going and buying. And so now I just have a habit, to switch that up. My habit is I like watching my money grow. I've helped my nieces, my nephews, like, this is how y'all do this. You got to stop doing this for a little while. And so it's a temporary discomfort for long-term comfort. I'm in a house. I've been in my house 15 years now, So it's a blessing to be able to see what was not, people look at it as, well, I shop. Are you trying to say that's a bad habit? No, if you know how to sustain it. But for me, it was just unnecessarily buying coffee that I wasn't even fully drinking. I was getting home and warming it back up and at night drinking it. And I'm just like, girl, you don't even want this coffee. So now I have a Keurig, so I kind of try to use that.
No, that's real good. And I think also when you have a goal in mind, then there are some things that you have to sacrifice, even if it's for a limited time. True. Right?
Yep.
So when the realtor talked to you and said, hey, you got to cut back on this, it wasn't forever. Right. It was for, hey, until you reach this goal, because you want to purchase a house. So you had a goal. There was a means to an end. So along with that, think about those things that you want to adjust in life. And it may not be, again, a lifetime change, but if you want something different, you have to do something different. As Black women, we're one of the top consumers.
Yes, we are.
Right? We're one of the top consumers. And so that's something that we also have to think about. Are you paying yourself back?
That's a habit I do too. Pay yourself first.
Pay yourself first. Pay yourself back, put something. It doesn't matter the smallest amount or whatever, what the amount is, but put something away. Pay yourself.
It really adds up. It adds up. Yeah. And you be like, oh, look at me with my little pocket change.
It certainly
and you can
does.
do something with that. I think another habit that I started, and you do this a lot too, but I don't know if you do warm or cold, but I will, when I wake up, I will drink something warm to wake up my organs first. I didn't used to do that. I would always drink something cold because I like to have something cold. So I would have like cold. And I remember reading somewhere, when you go to sleep, all of your organs are resting just like you. Would you want someone to come and throw a bucket of cold water on you to wake you up? Or would you gradually like to wake up and kind of slowly nourish yourself with something, splashing something warm on your face? And so while I drink something warm to wake my organs up, I do ice baths for my face to kind of like wake my face up. And so those are some habits that I've incorporated into my everyday routine that's kind of like been beneficial for me as well, health-wise.
Health-wise, one of the habits that I picked up, maybe about 7, I don't know. No, it's been probably close to 10 years. I would always walk when I would be at work, get up and take breaks because, smokers be taking breaks like every 10, 15 minutes. Like
it's the unknown rule.
Yeah, like to go take Paul breaks. Is at the shelter at the smoke break thing again. Yeah. And so I would just walk around where I used to work. It was a nice neighborhood, and especially if it was nice weather. I always wanted to be a runner in high school, but
she thought she was a track star.
In my head,
Flojo, she did. Everybody like Flojo.
I was Gail Devers, baby. I was all of that in my head, and I had a little speed to me, but my route took me different, and I didn't, run track. But I always wanted to be active, and saw a post. It was called Couch to 5K, and I'm like, what is that? Really didn't know what a 5K was. Really didn't know what that terminology was. Right. But it's a 3.1 mile run or walk, and that was a program that I enrolled in to train. Literally, get up off the couch and do something. Right. So it was called Couch to 5K. And so it was a group of women. Mm-hmm. A group of women got together, came together, and whatever goal you had in mind, that program was there to help you complete that goal as far as moving your body. And I had my first 5K run, and it was great. And since then, I have a treadmill for inclement weather. Right. When it's nice outside, I run. And so I run on an average of maybe 6 to 10 miles a week. Okay. And it's become, again, what you do becomes a habit, and your habit becomes a lifestyle, which leads to your destiny. Right. When you feel good, you look good. Right.
Especially in this climate. Like, it's so much turmoil going on in everywhere, the world,
all around the world.
You can sometimes carry unnecessary stress that you don't need. So just having daily habits that kind of help you. Like, I do not watch the news. I don't visibly like to see the news. I will read up on it. I stay informed, but I don't watch the news because I just feel like it's too much trauma. Like, I cannot take, and my mom will tell, I do not watch the news. I'll be like, Mom, what's going on in the world today? Keep a sister updated. But I can read it. I'll read it, and then, for purposes of just knowing what to pray for. But watching it, man, I can't. It's too heavy for me.
I'll just turn to the little highlights in the evening, but I can't sit there and watch
That's
it.
That's an old school thing.
But it really is. But you keep up with the current events.
Yes, right? I be in the know.
We got to be educated of what's going on in our areas, and
so daily habits will help you if you are a news watcher, if you are in a high stress job, or if you're if you have a large family, or you are the caregiver for someone. These daily habits, if you've had a daily habit that you had, but that you've kind of thought, I haven't did my habit in a while. Get back to doing that. Like, find time to feed and replenish yourself, and daily habits will do that. So we'll definitely be sharing, like, in some of our episodes, different, even if it's not the main topic, different things that we may have done for the week, or new habits or habits that we no longer do, because I think that sharing is caring. It is. And a lot of times, when you know better, you do better, right? Yeah. And so we're just trying to make sure that this is a space where we're not only having the real conversations, but just saying, hey, don't weigh yourself down. Do things that will help lift you up and replenish you. And daily habits, especially good ones, have definitely benefited me, and I know they've benefited Kimberly as well.
Yeah. What are some of the habits that you had to break? Yeah. And what are some good habits that you've now incorporated? We want to hear from you. Yes. We want to see, your best version of you, and you can actually help us out. You may have something, be like, oh, okay, let me think about that. I think I'm going to start that. So please just drop it in the comments and let us know what you've done.
And let me say this real quick. We're seeing y'all watching. We're seeing the views. we need y'all to comment.
Yeah.
We asking y'all to talk to us.
Comment.
Talk back to us.
Yeah.
We want to know what your comments are. We want to know what some of the pressures you've dealt with. We want to know a little bit about your childhood. Did you have a middle sister or a little sister or older siblings? Like, we want to talk to us, y'all. We want to know what's going on with y'all as well. And so we would definitely ask that you share this video with a friend, a sister, anybody, a brother, a mother, a cousin, an auntie, an uncle.
Anybody.
Share it with somebody. Make sure that you like it. Make sure that you hit that notification button.
Subscribe. And
please, please, please stay tuned for episode 5. And so until next time, bye.